So I feel like my life has always been the type of life where, to give an example, like when you're driving in a car at night and you have your lights on, sometimes you have your low beam lights on, which just allows you to see just what's immediately in front of you. But then sometimes if you have your high beams on, you can see beyond your immediate vision. So I feel like I've always lived a low beam life, which means like I've always only been able to see what's immediately in front of me. I've never been able to see past what's immediately in front of me. So that's what I mean when I say I live a low beam.
That's awesome. That's a beautiful metaphor for faith. Okay, yeah, will you just give us that last testimony about because you were talking about you were going to get a communications degree and
Yes.
all that stuff. So
So I'm a freshman in college this semester, and I originally went to school majoring in general studies, undecided. And then I feel like the Lord was telling me to get a degree in communications, because it's sort of still a general degree, but it doesn't confine me to a certain area of life to work in. So a communications degree is kind of what I call a doorway degree. And so it opens doors to many different fields where I can do many different things. I'm not just confined and restricted to one particular thing or subject. So yes, that's part of the communication degree.
and you are now currently. What happened in your life recently that was amazing?
Yes. So I'm finishing up this semester at Navarro College here in Waxahachie. And I have never been school driven though. I've always just obediently gone to school because my parents have always encouraged me to, and I do think it's wise to take advantage of the education and the time I have to invest in education while I can. And so my sweet father has been encouraging me to sign up for classes next semester, and I have unintentionally procrastinated just because life has gotten busy and I've forgotten and things have taken priority over registering for classes. But on Thursday I went in and I finally sat down with an advisor and I registered for classes and I signed up. I didn't register, but I signed up and put my name on the list for classes. And immediately after that I called the youth minister that I interned for because he needed to talk to me about something, and it turns out that the church that I interned for, they're offering me a full-time position as an office manager starting in January, which means I would not be able to do school, at least I wouldn't be able to go to class. So that means I would either have to take online classes or I'd have to take a break from school this next semester, which I just think is really evident of the Lord, and shows that He knows where my heart is right now. But He also appreciates my obedience to Him and where He's leading me.
He likes the low beams.
Yes, He does like the low beams.
What's the Bible verse you said a while ago?
My life verse is Proverbs 16:9, which says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord directs their steps," which is exactly what I feel applies to my life, because that's how my life has always been. Because I've grown up around 3 younger sisters. I have lots of nieces and nephews. The only form of, well, I've had a couple of different forms of employment, but my main form of making money is babysitting. I love kids. I've worked in daycares. I've worked in church nurseries. I've done it all. And one of the people who called me about the potential job offering at this church said that I would be like an office mommy to all of them in the church, which just gave me more confirmation about what the Lord is doing in my life right now.